In this video, we will show how instrument errors, warnings and alarms are indicated in AvaNet. We begin by showing instrument-related errors and warnings and conclude with alarms for measuring points. Click on the link Show all instruments. The table shows all instruments that belong to projects you have the right to view. The instruments that have errors or warnings and belong to projects where you have administrator rights are marked in colors to indicate that they need to be checked. For these instruments, resolution action is needed in some cases. Rows marked in red indicate that one or more errors have arisen, and rows marked in yellow indicate that one or more warnings have been registered. A communication error is an example of an error, and a low battery level is an example of a warning. Here, we see that instrument 8131 has some form of error and that 8519 has a warning. To provide an overview of what errors and warnings the instruments have, there are the columns Error and Error List. If the columns are not shown in the table, they can be added by clicking Add Columns. Add the columns and click OK. Now we see the actual causes of why the rows are marked in color. In our example, we can see two instruments that indicate an error or warning. As you can see, there are more instruments with problems in the table where the rows are not color marked. This is because these instruments belong to projects you are not an administrator for. In the Error List column, AvaNet warns that instrument 8519 has a low battery level that results in the row being marked in yellow. We can see that instrument 8131 has a self-test failure on channel 1 and a warning for a short calibration date. Because a self-test failure is an error, the row is marked in red. There is no need to confirm an instrument error or a warning when they end. It is handled automatically by AvaNet. If we open the instrument panel for instrument 8131, we see that there are two information fields, one for errors and one for warnings. These fields are only shown if there is any information to display, and they are only shown to the project administrators. We open a project as a project administrator. In the measuring point table, you can see one red and one yellow marked row. In the measuring point table, a yellow marked row means that a measurement value has exceeded a limit. A red marked row means that an error has occurred for the connected instrument. We add the columns Alarm, Instrument Error and Instrument ID. Click OK. Now we see in the Instrument Error column that instrument 8131, which is connected to measuring point MP1, has an instrument error. This is why the row is marked in red. For measuring point MP2, a measurement value has exceeded a limit. This is indicated with a tick mark in the alarm column, and the row is also marked in yellow. To not miss an alarm, the alarm indication remains for at least 24 hours. The alarm indication is shown to all users in the project, not just to the project administrators. A red marked row means that an error has occurred for the connected instrument, in this case instrument 8131. You find out the cause of the error by opening the instrument panel for the connected instrument by clicking on the instrument. Just like in the instrument table, errors are only indicated to project administrators by the row being marked in red. We open the instrument panel for 8131 to display the error message. As you can see, there is a self-test failure on channel 1.